Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in this evening to talk about Too Wrong for Love. And even though I said that this was not going to be a review, it's kind of stacking up to be a review of the show. So let me just get started. The first one that I wanted to talk about is Miss Gina Neely. And the first thing I want to say is, why didn't Gina go on the tour of Rome with the other girls? She, heard that it was going to be 3 hours and decided that she did not want to hang out with them for 3 hours. She stayed behind and kind of straightened up the apartment. And, basically, Gina's thing is this. She keeps saying that these girls are like her daughters, and it feels like she's on a trip with her daughters. And at first, she has started to aggravate me with that because sometimes I'm the oldest of the group. A lot of the times the people that I work with are in their 20s and their 30s, and I just go along, have fun with them. And I think she should have went on a tour because part of going over to Europe, Rome, is not only to find love, but to see this beautiful city that they're in. Now, what she could have done if she didn't want to walk that long, because I do know Gina is the same age as me, and y'all lying for all that walking, especially if it's hot. She could have rode on the tour bus and did that part of the tour, and then walked maybe for a little bit and maybe caught a taxi back to the hotel if she got tired. Now, Gina's date, I think Gina was excited about going, but once she got on the date, the guy kind of bored her, even though he was her age and, he was trying to talk to her. And I thought his English was really good considering, these are Italians and, they live in Italy. I thought he was doing really good. And I think he was trying to impress her and he was trying to her, but she wasn't feeling it, y'all. And even to when the little rose guy walked by and he wanted to, give her a rose, she was like, no, thank you. I think that the offer was to the man, and Gina said, no, thank you before. I think she needs to open up a little bit, let her guard down a little bit, and just have a little fun, y'all. Now, the next one that I wanted to talk about is Nikita. Y'all, Nikita reminds me a little bit of myself with that confidence thing. She was in a marriage and she's only been divorced a couple years. And what I get from Nikita is that she's still in love with her husband. She still has unresolved issues with the way that marriage ended. She feels her self-confidence is gone because she's gained a little weight, but she's a beautiful woman. If I was her, I would try to leave the things that happen back at home and take this ride and just enjoy herself. Because I think if she opened up, and be the bubbly person that Shay says that she knows, she would get more out of this. And I'm not saying that she would find love there because I don't think for her this is a love thing. I think it's just getting her mojo back. This trip was for her to get her confidence back and to heal some of the wounds of her marriage. I actually feel sorry for her. When she was sitting with that one guy, talking, and she got tongue tied. She didn't know what to say because I think she was in her head. She wasn't just letting this evolve and just being there and having fun and just being loose. And I can understand that because it seems like I'm sorry, Nikita has a long way to go in getting her confidence back. And I don't think this is it for her. Even when the matchmaker put her with the two guys, it's like she couldn't loosen up. And, when you've been in a long term relationship and your heart is still with that other person, I think that it's going to take her a while to get over her husband and to allow anyone in her life, not just these Italian guys, because I can see, she's in another country. She knows that, she could make a match and go home and never see the man again. I think with her, it's just letting anyone in. She has a lot of healing still to do. And it's very obvious because on the first episode, when she broke down crying, about her husband and how, right after her husband divorced her, he had another woman waiting in the wings and she didn't know it and how bad it hurt her. This girl has a long way to go. Now, y'all, the next one that I want to talk about is Miss Mercedes. Now, Mercedes for me comes off as a little bullshit. She's talking about her degree and what she wants, and she only wants a man that makes money and is this and is that and is this and is that. Mercedes is 25 years old, and Mercedes has a lot to learn as a woman because when I was at the age of 25, I thought I had all the answers, but life taught me that you find love wherever you can find it. Now I know that she is religious and she believes in that. And she probably believes that the man that she finds, she should be evenly yoked with. And that means in intelligence, the amount of money that he makes and all of that. And I can understand that. But if love finds you with the guy that doesn't have a degree, but he loves you and he treats you well and he's getting up every day, going to work and contributing, his part, then life teaches you take love. I will tell y'all this. I will much rather have a man that, just has a regular job but loves the hell out of me than a man that is you know, has a lot of money and maybe just loves me, but not loves me like I want to be loved. So Mercedes may have to open up what she believes that she needs and just explore because every man she finds is not gonna be, you know, evenly yoked to what she has. She may get a guy that has everything that she wants. He checks all the boxes on her list of what she needs, but he doesn't treat her the way that she feels that she should be treated. Because what I've learned in my life, y'all, love is more powerful than money. Love can take you through life and make you happy. Money does not do that. Money you cannot take with you when you leave this earth, but the love that you shared with someone, I believe you take that with you. And I just think this young girl has a way to go, but she knows what she wants, so let's see if she gets it. Now the next one up is Miss Ashley. I think she's actually gorgeous. And I like her personality. In this episode, I got a chance to hear a little bit more about who she is. She's the ex-wife of a football player. And from what she said is that she tried to bend herself and change herself and get cosmetic surgery to keep her man and it didn't work. I guess he cheated on her. Now she doesn't seem to be lacking for confidence. She hooked up with a guy at the little dinner that the matchmaker set up. Now the only thing that I didn't like about it, because it seemed like her and him were getting along really good. I guess I'm old fashioned, y'all. I don't believe in going off with some man that you just met and slobbing on the first date. I don't know why, but I guess now in my old age, I'm getting old fashioned, y'all. I believe that that guy truly liked her. And I just believe in making him wait a little bit, making him want you a little bit because it was so obvious that he was attracted to her. It was so obvious that he found her beautiful. And it was so obvious that he wanted to get to know her better. But I think that if you're on the first date and you're halfway through the date and you say, "Hey, let's go for this walk," and then you allow him to slob you down, I don't think they have respect for you because she could have pulled back and offered her hand and let him kiss her hand. It's a kiss, it's just not on the lips, bust the slob. Y'all, I just want to watch Miss Ashley and see how she goes from here. Now, the next one up is Miss Shay. Y'all, Shay is on 1,000. I think that Shay is the type of woman that she's trying to please, it seems like to me. And she's in this hell bent on getting a husband, and every guy that she meets, she's falling for. She is not taking it slow. She is, to me, doing a little rushing. And I think she aggravates the other ladies too. When she was telling Ashley that her profile picture, was too much, I thought Ashley looked beautiful. And like Ashley said, I fought for this body and I bought this body and I'm proud of this body. And if that's how she feels, I would never look at another woman's picture and just come out and say, I don't like the way you look and you look like this and that. That girl looked beautiful in those pictures. I don't know if Ashley was jealous of the pictures or not Ashley, what's this broad's name? Shay. Y'all, I gotta learn these broads' name. I don't know if Shay was jealous of how beautiful that Ashley looked or what was going on with her. And something else with Shay. Shay doesn't need to try so hard. She's a pretty woman. She can sit back because these men are attracted to her. She has the gift, the gab. When she sits down with them, she feels very comfortable. She finds common ground and she's able to hold a back and forth conversation and laugh and joke. She can leave it at that because she's a pretty girl. Let these men. Now this is what I don't like about this show. They are not letting, well, a couple of them are not letting these guys chase them, you know. They're acting desperate, if you ask me. Um, I don't know, y'all. I just want them to. They said that they were there to dispel the myths about black women, and I want them to do that. I don't want them to come off as desperate or anything. And y'all, I forgot to mention when little Mercedes, the young one, went on the date with the guy with the ponytail, and she left his ass and her and Ashley was bumping and grinding. They had found some brothers and they was bumping and grinding, y'all. I was cracking up. I said, she ditched his ass, but I guess she still got an Italian man. He's just an Italian man with a little melanin, y'all. Now, y'all, that's the end of the review, but I wanted to do something for y'all. I talked about that I had been to Italy and I had wanted to share some of my pictures with y'all. Now, what's funny, y'all, is I could not find all of my pictures. What you see is all that I have found. And let me tell you, that kind of worried me because when I went on this trip, y'all, this was back when you bought rolls of film. I had to have like 10 rolls of film. So I got hundreds of pictures. I don't know where they at. So I'm going to have to ask my kids. But I just wanted to share it with y'all. Now, this first picture that you're seeing is a picture of the ticket that I had to board the plane, and it's also a map on there of Milan. And this is how we found our way around when we were looking for stuff. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you again, this trip was so much fun, and and it was scary on one hand being in another country, intimidating, but it was fun. Now, this next picture that you're seeing, these are the 5 women that I went with. I am taking the picture. That's why I'm not in it. So as y'all can see, I was the only chocolate chip in the bag. And as my daughter say, I love that little saying that my daughter came up with. Yeah, I these were all travel agents. We went together and y'all, again, we had a good time. Now, this next picture that you're seeing is actually a picture of the hotel. And also, y'all, I need to tell y'all up front, a lot of my pictures are blurry because I used the camera to take a picture of the pictures because I didn't know how to, I couldn't figure out how to scan the shit in my scanner and all that. So the pictures are a little bit blurry, so excuse me. But yeah, this is a picture of the hotel, and it was called the Hotel Principe di Savoia. That's if I pronounced that right. Now, this next picture that you're seeing is a picture of like the lobby. It was one of the rooms that were in the lobby, and we used to go down there and sit in the morning and wait for, like if I was the first one down there, then I would wait there for the other ladies to come down, and that's where we had coffee sometimes. Now, this next picture that you're seeing is a picture of the rooms. We had chandeliers in there. When we first went in, there were 2 twin beds pushed together, making one big bed. They had to pull that shit apart because remember I had a roommate, y'all, and we wasn't sleeping together. So they came in and pulled the beds apart and made, each bed up separately. They were so nice at the hotel. Really, really nice. This is another picture of another room in the lobby. And again, I'm sorry that the picture is blurry, but y'all, I did the best I can. I don't know how to work all this shit. Scanning. I got a printer with a scanner. I know how to scan, but I couldn't figure out how to scan and then get the pictures here on YouTube, y'all. I don't know. But this is the picture of the lobby. This hotel was absolutely beautiful. If I told y'all how much we paid, we only paid 200 for now. This is the total of our entire trip, and we flew business class. $286. That's all I came out of pocket for. Now that doesn't have anything to do with the souvenirs I bought or some of the meals that I bought, but and then the URL and all that, but $286, that is not bad. This is also another picture of the hotel. It was what was laying on our bed. When we got there, they gave us, it was a big envelope laying on our bed. And when you opened it up, there was this letter to us welcoming us to the hotel and just letting us know that if it's anything that we need, they were there at our disposal. This was really nice. It was one of those hotels that when you order room service, they come in with the tray and make a big production out of it and set up your meal for you on a table with a tablecloth and lit candles and everything, y'all. It was so freaking nice. Again, we got this hotel because we were travel agents and we know how to work a deal when we're a travel agent. I think the hotel total for those days that we there, it probably was like $86 and we was there 7 days, y'all. But we worked a deal with them. Now this next picture that you're seeing, we were at the Duomo. It's a church, and it was all these freaking pigeons, y'all. They were landing on people. I wasn't for it. That's me taking a picture, trying to hide in the doorway because I didn't want all those damn pigeons on me. My friends were getting food from people and letting the pigeons land on them. I was like, hell to the no. I don't want them shitting pigeons on me. This next picture, I don't know what city we were in, but these were their like trolleys that you like San Francisco, I guess, like you ride around on a trolley. It was just pretty because the streets were all cobbled and You could tell that this is an old country because it still had cobble streets and they were beautiful. These pictures are not doing it justice. Now, this next picture you're going to see, we were actually waiting on the trains that take you to the other countries. This is the Ural train depot. And we're sitting down, and the train depot was pretty. So I took a picture of like the skylight in it and the trains that were coming in. I just thought the train station was so beautiful and old fashioned looking. So I took a picture of it. Now, this next picture, y'all, I think is when we got off the train in um, Milan because of the water. Now, y'all, I didn't realize that it's been 20 years since I went there. I went there in 1998. I didn't know it was that long ago. Ooh, I'm getting old. It's so weird. When I looked at the date on my ticket, I said 1998. Damn, it's been 20 years. Again, y'all, this is a picture of Venice. This is where Madonna filmed like the video like a virgin where you ride on the gondolas and all that stuff. Now these bras I was with, y'all, they didn't want to ride on the gondolas. We actually rode a speedboat to this place called the Murano Glass Factory. They were making glass in front of us, like just it was beautiful. And there's me in the front, the chocolate chip, y'all. I think I was aggravated with them that day because we had wanted to go to France and they didn't want to go to France. And me and well, she's taking a picture. The one that's taking a picture, we didn't want to go to Venice that day. We wanted to go to France, so I was a little aggravated with them that day. And this is us on the speedboat. Y'all, it was so damn cold and that water was spraying all over us. And this man was going so fast that the boat was actually leaping out the water. I was holding on. I had got under like some little covering and I didn't even barely look up until we left. This is when we first pulled off. But as soon as we pulled out like into the ocean, this man was going so fast, I thought one of us was going to fly out. Now, this city, y'all, I think I was in Switzerland. I think that's what I'm taking a picture of. This city that we went to, Lugano, Switzerland. I can't be sure because we went another place and I don't remember that other place. Um, when we went here, I saw the Heineken factory, y'all. As soon as I got off the train, I was like, Heineken's. But they claim that this is where Christopher Columbus sailed from. Y'all, I don't know because Christopher Columbus, as we know, was no discoverer or hero or whatever. And also, I did not like this place because it was hella cold, y'all. I was freezing, it was boring, and I was ready to go back to the hotel and just get somewhere and get warm. When we went there, it was winter time in America and it was winter time there, I believe, but it wasn't cold in like Venice and Milan. Even though we had coats, we could be outside all day and we didn't really get cold. But in this last place that we went, and they wanted to go there because Christopher Columbus sailed from there, and there were going to be some beautiful castles. When I was there, y'all, I saw so many different styles of castles. It was unbelievable. Now, this is pretty much the end of the video, and I know my pictures were blurry, but I tried to clear them up as much as I can. So what I decided to do is I'm going to try to talk about this show every week, and each week I will give you a story about when I was in Italy, something funny that happened. One thing I will say, y'all, that I forgot to say in the other video. Once all these men were flirting with me, I noticed that the white women that I was with started acting a little funny, a little jealous. I forgot to mention that. And it was amusing to me. because they were so used to being in, US where the white woman is queen, and here we are in um, another country over in Europe, and all these men ain't even paying attention to them. You know, it was funny. I forgot about that. As I was looking through my pictures, memories were coming back. And another thing, y'all, I am going to dig to find the rest of my pictures because y'all, when I tell y'all I took, I'm not saying like 5 or 600, but I know I had to take like 200 pictures. I remember my family saying, "Girl, what didn't you take a picture of?" I even took a picture of toilets. And the reason, and I'm going to have a story about why I was taking pictures of toilets. Also, wherever my pictures are, there is the Pinocchio that I bought my daughter, and I also bought some crystal. And it wasn't anything expensive. I bought two pieces of crystal. So wherever those pictures are, I gotta find those because those are my souvenirs that I don't ever want to lose because I will more than likely never go back there. Unless one of my kids take me. I ain't spending the money to go back. But y'all, that's the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed the pictures, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.